So this is like a weird time for Ozzfest, being that it kind of seems it's like in that transitional phase where I don't know if Ozzy wants to transition or if people in the office want to transition or whatever, but he's here, he's not, he's here, he's not.
Yeah.
What's your feeling about it? Because I'm sure you followed it for the last decade at least to see if he's on it.
I mean, you know what? It's an absolute honor to be able to share the stage. I mean, especially the second stage with Ozzy. But it's, I mean, I don't know what his level of coherence is. I mean, he doesn't interact with anybody. And he's kept far away from all the fans. There was somebody in another band, I won't mention who, for them, for their reasons, tried to approach him. Security tagged him right to the floor. Oh yeah, it was bad. Tried to approach him, and he was still at 30 yards and got jacked. So I don't even care. It's come to that point where, we pay all this money to be on here and to do our thing and to get our exposure, do what we love, and even though Ozzy and Sabbath, everything that surrounds him, has been such an influence on our music and everybody else's here, it would only seem fair. Mm-hmm. It's like we put ourselves out there, it wouldn't hurt one day, one day. Yeah. Even 20 minutes, for him to go around and be like, hey, thank you for being on the tour. Hey, thank you. Hey, it was good for you to be on this. Even if he doesn't remember who the hell we are, because chances are he won't. But, I mean, it's kind of like a bittersweet situation.
Yeah. Well, the whole idea, I remember back in the, dating myself, but back in the late 80s, there was 2 clubs in the country that was pay to play. And they could do it. The economics were there for them to do it. They can make bands pay to play in their clubs. And people just were like, oh, it sucks, it blows. Now it's like you're actually paying gigantic money. Oh, yeah. Has it been worth it to you?
No. Well, you know what? I mean, financial-wise, hell no. There is no way to recoup. I think the only band that's ever been able to recoup on an Ozzfest second stage was Lacuna Coil. And that was last year or the year before. Because they were selling a couple hundred CDs a day. Yeah. So, but for us, it's more the exposure, and for the way, I mean, I can't speak for my band because they're drunk already. So, but for me, it's like I'm out in the crowd, I'm talking to all the kids, I'm trying to meet everybody, I'm trying to make sure people know who we are. So on that level, playing in front of thousands of people a day, there's no price that can be put up.
Right. It seems that everybody in the last, and I've been here at each of them, it's like, seems that people have gone from being completely naive to be like, oh, it's the coolest thing, we're playing with Ozzy and this whole beautiful thing, to being like, it's really a business thing, completely and totally, well, we could probably make more money if we did this, but we think kids are coming out to this one more. Where is it for you in your significance of your career? Is this going to be a higher up in the significance? Or
for us, I mean, yeah, it's cool we're playing with Ozzy. Mm-hmm. It's cool we're playing with Ozzy. We really didn't have the money to do it financially, but for the exposure alone, plus, it's the only tour where we can see all our friends in one spot. Everybody on the second stage has played already. We've toured with, we've been really great friends with for years now. Mm-hmm. So it was one big summer camp going in. Mm-hmm. So it's like we all know each other already. First night, it was a huge firework battle. Like everybody's destroyed. Everybody's like playing cards, throwing down. I haven't seen each other in a long time. So that alone is worth the money.
Right. Yeah. Each of the years has had their goofball acts, and you wonder why in God's name were they on this tour? Jada Pinkett last year. It was like embarrassing. Yeah, well, it wasn't embarrassing to me, obviously. It wasn't embarrassing to whoever, decided, but it was just, there's no dogs this year, it doesn't seem.
Yeah, this year, everybody's on 100%. Yeah. It's like, I sang on a couple people's songs. Everybody's like switching up members, trying to have a great time. And I really hope, Wicked Wisdom isn't that bad. I really hope. I haven't heard any of this stuff. I know we're going to be touring with them. We're doing like 2 weeks with them with Soulfly, so I can only hope.
She's beautiful, and the video is really good. I've seen the one video. It's really good, but live. Yeah.
As far as like everybody on the second stage, solid. Yeah. Solid. We've been told by Ozzfest production that there's more of a camaraderie this year than any other year, and that's because we're all tight already. You know, I mean, these are people I sent Christmas cards to, you know, on a regular, you know, I mean, on the regular. You know, Christmas comes around for the past few years, so it's hangout central.
Cool. Yep. Cool. All right, so when you're done with this, I know you've been playing off dates, right? With
Yes.
Superman. So when you're done with this, is that going to continue on?
We have a bunch of dates heading back home to New York with Hatebreed and I believe Bleeding Through. And then we're home for a week. And then we start a tour September 1st on my birthday with Scars Tomorrow, lead out to the West Coast, and then we jump on the Soulfly dates there. Yep.
Cool. I haven't heard Max's new stuff. I'm really curious as to what that sounds like now.
Me too. I'm wondering, I don't even know what the lineup he's going to have on this time, because he likes to change it up.
You've toured around enough. Do you think kids here in the States appreciate what it is that they have that they can come for free, you know, or they have the freedom to come and see, I should say, versus other places where you could literally get your head kicked in for?
Certain areas. I mean, you go to the Midwest, like we have friends who are in Kansas, Topeka, Lawrence, Kansas City, Missouri, in that area, that they make us feel like home every time we come. Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas. You know, we go there and it's literally like we're coming home. We don't get paid for those shows because our guest lists are huge, you know, and that's how we like to do it. You know, people roll out with big barbecue pits on flatbed trailers just because it's a party when we come through, and that they treat us like family. We got places where we're from. I mean, we're from New York, jaded. LA, jaded. You know, I mean, it's hit or miss all the time. You go overseas, wow, you're treated like royalty, and it's hard to accept. It's like, I don't like it because everybody out there in the crowd makes more money than me on a daily basis, guaranteed. And I do this because I love it. There's a saying, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life. And that's exactly what I'm doing. You know, I'm 30 years old. I'm not worried about making money. I'm worried about getting my product out, getting my music that I love making out. So, I mean, if there are kids that are overseas and for them, a regular show doesn't happen. They're going to 40, 50,000 seat venue, you know, with seats or general admission, you know, and so they only get certain vices, you know, certain ways to experience this type of music. You know, here, every day there's a show. You can go anywhere, any local bar, wherever they have a cabaret license or anything, and it becomes very jaded. You know, overseas, anywhere else besides the U.S., you know, it's very uncommon. I mean, not really uncommon, but it's getting more popular. But they appreciate you on a whole other level. They read into your lyrics. They read into your music. They live what you live. And chances are they know what's going on with you here before anybody else does. That's one thing. I mean, we got into a car accident. We destroyed our RV and trailer in the Mojave Desert at the beginning of this tour. And that's why we're in the van. We were touring in a Ford Taurus and a box truck for a couple of weeks, just so we didn't miss any dates. You know, I mean, that's how we roll. Everybody's not motivated, but you know what? We got to keep pushing forward. And that's how you have to do it. People knew. I mean, over in Germany, people were calling me the same day. Hey, you're right, I heard you were in an accident. How the hell did you know? You know, I let one person know and it just went like wildfire. So there's still people that had no idea we were in an accident here. So that's just how it works. There's a different level of appreciation.
Right.
Like they live it and breathe it.
All right, so is it the same thing with the music itself? Or are you seeing that kids are singing the actual lyrics and stuff like that? Everybody has familiarity with the music itself.
We were in Belgium playing a venue in Brussels, and it was like we've been there every day, you know, the past 10 years. It's like we came in, and there were kids, Ray, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, this is great. I feel like I'm home, people who knew everything about me. And it's great because you don't have to go into who you are. You don't have to approach them a certain way. It's like you just walk up, sit down with them, hey, what's going on, guys? They know you just as well as what's printed. And that's good. You know, I like that. I like that family vibe. I like that friendly vibe. You know, I mean, there were kids jumping up on the stage. We had every band watching. It's our first time in Europe. So first time in Belgium, and kids are losing their minds. And we had this great wall of death going, and I'm ecstatic at the point. Everybody's watching. A kid who I just met jumped up on stage and pantsed me. And I'm hysterical laughing. I got my pants around my ankles, and I'm like, I don't care, you know, because it was just just a great vibe, and everybody else is laughing. Everybody.